Perak Ezu Neshech, DAF IN, sponsored the Refuah Shlema for Shira Bas Mayan. Yesterday, the Gemara discussed the manner of a Jewish borrower transferring a Gentile's loan with interest to a second Jewish borrower as the agent of the Gentile, not to involve himself in taking interest. Ravina suggests that even without the power of agency, the borrower can still represent the Gentile. Generally, Zechiyah, the ability for one to acquire on behalf of another, depends on his ability to be an agent for another. The Chachamim conferred on minors the power of acquisition by a third party. Ravina applies this to Gentiles as well. The Gemara rejects this because minors are potential agents, whereas Gentiles are not. The Gemara discusses the laws of interest regarding converts. The Gemara initially permits collecting interest for a loan, shezakfan ola b'milva, regardless if the Gentile is the lender charging interest or the borrower paying interest. Before his conversion, both the lender and borrower agreed to rewrite the loan plus the interest charged into a new loan without interest. Gentile can collect the full amount. If combined after the conversion, the Gentile can collect only the principal. However, Rabbi Yossi holds that where the Gentile is paying interest, the Jew can collect whether the new loan was established before or after his conversion. This to avoid suspicion that the Gentile converted to avoid paying. The Gemara discusses the status of a loan document with interest. Rabbi Meir holds such a document cannot be used to collect even the principal. Chachamim fined him by disqualifying this document entirely. The Rabbanan hold he can collect the principal. They did not disqualify it fully. Rabbi Reish Lakish, based on this machlokus, explains the disqualification of a shtar mukdam, a predated loan document. According to Rabbi Meir, some Rishonim hold the document cannot be used to collect even from Bnei Chorin, unencumbered properties. It is not even a milval peh. Others hold he can collect with it from Bnei Chorin. Rabbi Yochanan holds that even the Rabbanan would agree that a shtar mukdam is completely disqualified because of the concern he may collect meshubadim, encumbered properties, from the early date. The Gemara discusses the efficacy of various false documents. Number one, a borrower was forced to sell his creditor a vineyard he does not own. Therefore, the document with its warranty was fictitious. The Gemara claims that such a document cannot create a lien on encumbered properties. Although Ravasi holds a lender can create a lien with an uncertified loan document that the borrower admits was valid because such a document was nitan lahikaseh, allowed to be written. However, a totally fictitious document has no legal power. Number two, a shtar mukdam, a predated loan document, is nitan likaseh. There was in fact a loan, just later than the date of the document. Therefore, it is disqualified only because of the concern the lender will collect from the first day. Number three, one sells a stolen field. The Brisa says the buyer can restore his principal payment from encumbered properties and improvements from unencumbered properties. A thief considers purchasing the property from the victim if he is caught, so as not to be called a thief or maintain his integrity in the eyes of his customers. Therefore, it is considered nitan likaseh. Now we move on to a new Mishnah. The Mishnah discusses forward contracts. Psika al peiros v'yesh lezeh. Number one can advance payment for produce at a fixed price once the market price is established, even if the seller is not in possession of the produce, to be delivered at a later date without concern that the price may rise and the buyer would violate avak ribis. The Gemara suggests, according to Rabbi Yochanan, it means either the prevailing market price at central marketplaces or late season prices when there is an abundance in storage or imported. Number two, if the seller is in possession of even unfinished grain, he can arrange a forward contract without a fixed market price because it is viewed as the buyer already took possession. This law applies to any raw materials that the seller is in possession of. Number three, there is an argument concerning dung. The Tanna Kama holds it is permitted throughout the year because it is in abundant supply. Rabbi Yossi says it is generally not up for sale. Number four, the Chachamim hold the buyer must stipulate in the event of a price fall, the seller must deliver an amount at the shar gavor, the best price for the buyer. Rabbi Yehuda holds he can retract if he does not get the best price because he did not really acquire the produce by way of a kinyan. Therefore, even without a stipulation, his yad is al ha'elyon. Number five, one cannot contract a forward contract for new wheat until it is priced as the older, drier wheat. Number six, one cannot contract a forward contract on gleaner's produce with a regular seller until regular produce is the same price. It is beneath the dignity of a regular seller to borrow from a gleaner or a regular seller provides better quality produce. This would create a suspicion that regular produce was contracted at gleaner prices. However, one can enter a forward contract for gleaner produce for gleaner prices from a gleaner because the price is fixed.